Hello, everybody. Welcome to the pod. Today we have a very special guest, Madison Fisher.
Hello.
Who I always want to still call Madison Bontempo, because when I met you were Madison Bontempo. Madison and I met in high school, I feel like through Sage.
Oh, is it
maybe.
through Sage? Yes, I think so.
Yeah, who is still a friend of ours.
Sage.
Yeah, she's the best. So Madison is here today. We're going to talk about all things Fisher family, all things going on, and then kind of see how Alex thinks about her systems, her planning, her organization. I'm so excited. This is going to be awesome.
She's probably, I already know, you're going to be like, wow, how are you doing all this without any organization at all?
Out of Alex's ears already. So, Madison, I obviously know you well because I've known you for so long, and now we get to work on some projects together, and our husbands know each other. But for Alex, or for those listening, like, what do you do? What's everything that you do?
Yes.
Motherhood, 5 babies, businesses. Go for it.
Okay. So, yes, I have 5 kids, which is a full-time job. A lot of people ask, do you have a nanny? No, not really. So my husband and I are basically doing everything. We've had nannies in the past, but I would say like right now we are doing the whole schedule. And on top of that, my 5 kids have sports. So my girls are in cheer and dance, but we didn't just schedule cheer and dance close. We're driving 35 minutes each time. So it takes a lot of time. On top of that, we have our family vlog channel that we try to post at least once a week. I have all my affiliate programs. So I am an affiliate for a lot of different brands. And so I make a bunch of UCG content throughout the week, about 20 videos for all these different brands that they will then use for all their ads. So I'm doing that. I try to do that when the kids are in school, but I also have been really trying to I've been really into like health lately, and keeping up with my health. I've been trying to work out every day and eat well. And then just keeping up on the house, keeping the fridge stocked and all those things, with all the kids' homework and keeping all their schedules organized. And then have my little one with me during the day too. So he's only gone for a few hours twice a week. So I'm also have, my little toddler. And
how old is he?
He's 3.
Oh.
Yeah. And then on top of that, we have these businesses that we started that we want to continue making content for. And then I always feel like I'm just not doing enough content. I want to figure out a way to continue doing more affiliates and links and things like that. So brand deals, that's a big one. I do a lot of marketing for brands. So just trying to fit it all in.
I'm curious, do you outsource, like, is there anything that you outsource right now?
We outsource our editing.
Okay.
It's been really great having an editor. We used to do all the editing ourselves, so we would be up to like 3 a.m. editing things. So that's been a huge help. Yeah. And then we have one assistant. He comes over during the week and he will keep up on a lot of the back end of our Wittles. And
talk about Wittles. I have Wittles,
yes.
so I do know what that is.
Okay, yes.
My son loves it.
Oh, that makes me so happy. Yeah, so basically my twins are really small for their age. We met with a bunch of endocrinologists because they're in the 1 percentile for height. And so when we were talking to pediatricians and endocrinologists, they were saying how important it is for kids to get enough protein and vitamins. And obviously all of us parents know this, but even greens. But a lot of the times kids are so picky, and I wanted to find a way for them to get everything that they needed in the morning. So that way throughout the day when I'm making them food, if they are being picky, I know that at least they got that scoop every morning. So we created Wittles, which is a kid's protein drink, all in one, encompassing like everything.
I didn't know the backstory. I love that.
Yes. And they have been, like, we go and check their height with the endocrinologist, and they are going up on the charts. So I do feel like it's working. It's been great. Yeah.
And it's such an easy sell.
Go Wittles.
I mean, I'm like, my kids, it's a treat. It's like, okay, now you get your chocolate smoothie. And they're like, yay, chocolate smoothie. So it's great.
Yes. They just think it's chocolate milk, right?
Yeah.
And I'll even add in peanut butter and a banana and some ice, and it really adds in the extra calories for them.
I think I got that recipe from you, and now we do it every time.
Yeah.
It's great. So you have a few things going on.
Yes. And on top of that, I am like total type B personality. And so I'm trying to keep it together, and it's just all over the place.
Do you outsource anything at home? I know not nannies, but like any cleaning, any cooking,
we have
like that?
A cleaning service come every Friday for a couple hours. But I have to kind of clean before they clean because they don't do a lot of the picking up. They do a lot of the, mopping, toilets, tubs, and things like that, which is so great. A little bit, not really. Yeah, some. I actually want to get somebody that does the laundry. I think that would be really nice.
Lorissa got me. We had an episode a few weeks ago, and she asked me the same question. She goes, "Why are you tidying before the cleaning ladies?" And I said, the same thing. It's not their job. They're meant to clean. They're not there to tidy. But she was like, I have a house cleaner that does all that. I'm like,
girl, she shows up, and there's stuff everywhere. There'll be like spaghetti on the wall. I'm
Easy one.
I think it's because, what's so funny is I think there's a little part of me that's a little bit OCD, even though it doesn't look like it because my house is a complete disaster. But I have like certain bins for just Legos, certain bins for just magnet tiles. I have one drawer that's just supposed to be cars and tracks for trains. I have one thing that is just stuffed animals. And what happens when they come is they shove it all in there. And I'm like, why are there tracks and cars in the stuffed animal bin with these Legos,
Oh, so the cleaning lady does that.
I am super particular about everything being organized, or else I can't find things, and then my days don't run properly. Yeah, and I'm searching for the items.
Do you have the same lady that comes every time?
Yeah, it's like these 5 ladies. They all come together.
Okay, so just like me. 5-lady team.
Yeah.
So mine's one lady.
Yeah.
And and she's been with us now for like 3 years, but she knows exactly like where everything goes. She knows that size 3 diapers go in here, size 5 diapers go in here, size 6. Like she knows literally every little thing.
And she does all the laundry.
And she does all my laundry and puts it all away. So like, and sometimes she'll put things away wrong. And I'll tell her, I'll be like, hey, Teresa, you can't put, like if you put my sports bras in the bottom drawer, I will not be able to find them. So like I'm telling her this. So I feel like because it's just the one, but I feel like it's the team of 5. Like,
yes,
you can't tell them.
And they don't. A lot of them don't speak English. Only one of them does. So I have to tell her to tell them. Yeah. And
tell your girls the magnet tiles are in.
I guess I could tell them. So one of the things I should, I know this is my fault, is I don't walk around and tell them all the things very well. I don't think I've ever told them this is the magnet tiles bin. This is
okay. See, I do that. Well, when she first started, that was like my kind of how I.
Yes.
Michael, even down to like I use these hangers, Michael does these hangers.
Yes.
These hangers are for downstairs or whatever it is. But it took like, I don't know, like a couple weeks of that. And then now she just does everything.
That's so nice.
Don't even.
Maybe I should do that.
She comes in at 8 a.m., leaves around 3. We maybe see each other in passing. And then my house is just exactly how it's supposed to be.
That's
probably
so nice.
An easy win for you. If you can get somebody regular that's doing your laundry and knows your organizational system.
I know. We need to have people more often. The problem is that everything gets so expensive when you add up all of the assistants, editors, nannies, cleaners, sports. Like, okay.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it does start to add up. I think for me, we were talking about this last time, the cleaning lady, I would give up anything. Like I would give up whatever extras for that lady. Because I feel like she just helps me number one.
Yes, without a clean house, your mind can't think clearly. Totally. Like I'll wake up and if I'm walking over piles of clothes, like I'm like already having a stressful morning.
Go ahead.
Well, you have so many demands on your time. I mean, everything that you just laid out, businesses, a ton of content channels, you have 5 kids that you're very involved with, sports. I mean, if you think about where you want your time to go, I would bet you're more interested in spending time with the kids or creating content.
So that's like the number one thing I want to do is just spend time with the kids and play with them. And I feel like that's always like the last thing I'm getting to because I have all these other things.
Yes. Outsourcing as much as you can, I feel like is high on your priority list right now. That is an easy place to start. The Lorissa model of having a standard house cleaner that comes once or twice a week.
Okay, once or twice?
Half day Monday, full day Wednesday.
Okay.
That's just her set thing.
Yeah.
And she does it all.
That would be so nice.
She cleans out my fridge.
Yes.
She just knows when stuff's old and she just knows to clean out all the Tupperware and stuff.
I have my cousin coming to live with me from April to August.
Oh.
And this is going to be, it's the summer thing for her and she's going to live with us. So she's going to help with cleaning. So I feel like my schedule is about to get really different, but then it's going to go back to this in the fall.
Yeah. Okay, I'm curious, how do you keep track of, I want the behind the scenes of how you keep track of all the kids' activities and where they have to be and like, are you going to take them? Is Kyler going to take them? Is everybody going to go? Are you going to take half the kids and I'm going to take the girls to dance? Like, how does that work?
So right now we're on just whatever's happening in the day today. So like on Tuesdays, I know my daughter goes to dance and my other daughters go to cheer. So it's like dance cheer days. So as soon as they get home from school, I usually will have my friend, her daughter dances with my girls, so she'll take them to dance, and then I take them all home. I'll take my friends' kids home. But then my daughters will cheer until 8 p.m., so I usually will stay out in Irvine from 6:30 to 8, sitting in my car with all these 5 kids, and then I'll drive all the way back and bring them home. And then Wednesdays, my friend takes them, and then Thursdays I take my friends' kids. I pick them up from school, and I take all of them there and then to cheer, and then I usually come back again at like 8 p.m.
So do you have like a family calendar that you share with your husband, or is this all in your head? How do you
This
track
is just
everything?
in my head, so I just know that's what I do. And then Kyler's usually at home with the boys. So because I used to take the boys with me, and then they were getting so frustrated sitting in the car, and I would try to find parks and things to do during the hours while I'm sitting there. I could come all the way back and go back, but then it's 30 minutes to get there and back. So that's an extra 2 hours of driving if I'm going to go there and back. So then I stay in Irvine until 8 p.m. But then it's such a waste of time because I'm there for 5 hours. And you're like, well, think about how much stuff you could be getting done.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, do I just sacrifice the extra 2 hours of driving to have some 2 hours at home? Or Kyler, because sometimes we'll take them and I'll be home with the boys and I'll get dinner ready or try to get stuff done there when I get back.
So how do you and your husband figure out the plan for the day? Do you talk about it the day of? Do you plan in advance? How does it look?
We kind of talk about the day of. If there's something that I'm doing during the time of cheer and dance that seems like, if I knew that I needed 4 more pieces of content for Comfort or whatever, I do a lot of stuff for them. And I didn't get them done during the day because I was working out or doing other things. And I'm like, oh, it's better for me to stay here with the boys, let them play while I shoot this content and you take the girls. But if it's like, if I got a bunch of stuff done and he got a bunch of stuff done and either one of us, I'll usually take them because I enjoy sometimes sitting and watching them dance and cheer. Whereas, not that he doesn't like to watch it, he just doesn't care as much to sit and watch them dance and cheer as much.
And so, I'm like, Michael, do you want to come to Ninja? He's like, no, I don't care to go.
I'm good.
I love it.
Yes, moms love watching their kids do.
I can watch
even
them
if
on
they're
the
just
trampoline
standing
all day.
there. Yes, even if they're standing there in line with their friends, chatting, like waiting for their turn. I'm like, it's so cute. Let them with their friends. They're all.
I'm like, look, he's running away. He's not listening. I love it. I'm like, oh, look at him. I just love it.
What is it? We find so much joy in watching our kids do the most random
beautiful things.
I know. And so he just like, it doesn't mean as much to him. Like, he'd rather be on phone calls figuring stuff out, you know? So I'm like, okay, maybe it's best for you to stay home. So we really see about how much we got done during the day decides who's going.
So you're deciding on the fly.
Yes, deciding on the fly. So you never know what your schedule is going to be like.
Do you feel like that gives you a lot of anxiety?
Yes. I feel like I'm always just living in the moment and I never know what my day looks like. So I just like, I'll wake up and I'll go to the gym and then I'll get home and he'll be like, oh, we have like 4 brand deals due today. And I'm like, oh shoot, the girls cheer. I'd have to take them in 2 hours when they're out of school. So should I start filming now or should I skip the gym because of that so I can take them, or we'll just figure it out on the spot?
That sounds really stressful.
Yeah.
You have so much going on to be that's okay. So for me, the way that I view that is it's living very reactively. Like, you're kind of waking up and you're deciding based on whatever's most urgent, what you're going to do. It's like, okay, I have a deadline. This is what I'm going to do. We're going to figure it out on the fly. It is amazing that you've had as much success as you have had, that you are responding like that. It's truly incredible. And it sounds like you and your husband are a team and you're figuring it out on the go.
He's
and you're helping each other out.
spontaneous too. We're just
making it happen.
Seeing how it goes.
If we do a trip, we plan it like the day of. Like, we did spring break, we planned it the day before. I booked it and we just left.
Well, this weekend,
that's how we do it.
My husband is going to Coachella with Jason, and then I'm like, who else is going? He's like, maybe Kyler. He doesn't know yet. I'm like, it's literally in 3 days, and he has 5 kids. How does he not know if he's going
exactly
with you or not?
I have to be in Arizona this weekend. We haven't even booked flights.
Oh my
because
gosh.
we're trying to decide. I'm like, should I just drive because we haven't booked flights yet? Because we're trying to decide if my mom's watching the boys.
Madison,
I have anxiety.
Madison. Also, I feel like you're not a good sleeper.
No, I don't sleep at night. So I'm like nocturnal. So I'm up from 1 to 4. And then I try to get through my whole day. And as soon as I have a 2-hour window, I'll be like, I'm going to sleep for 2 hours. And then I'll get back up.
Have you always been a bad sleeper, or is it lately?
I either have to take like a bunch of magnesium and sometimes it'll work. I think it's actually been within the last year.
Okay.
I think because when it's quiet in the house and there's every single person's asleep, that is my chance to figure out all the things I need to do for the week. Yeah. Schedule, plan, put stuff in my calendar, write stuff down. It's like my best planning session. My brain works so well.
because it's quiet.
Everyone's
and
asleep.
focus.
Everyone's
because
in their
our
bed.
work is at home with the kids in the moment. So I don't have a window to get things done in a quiet place ever. It's just I'm at the counter with my phone with the kids running around trying to figure out what I'm doing next on the moment. You know what I mean?
I definitely know what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's something that happens though with our brain that could be contributing to your sleep issues along with a lot of other things. All right, so the way that they figured this out, I'll tell you the background of it. So waiters and waitresses, they noticed that when they're serving people before they've paid their check, they can recall what their order is much easier than after they've paid. So after somebody pays, all of a sudden it's like, oh, I don't remember what they ordered anymore. It's because our brain treats it as an open loop. So while the person's still sitting there, it's an obligation they still have to fulfill. They have to serve these people. So our brain can remember it easier because it's kind of like it's loaded in the background as working memory. The second the person pays, out of sight, out of mind, like, okay, it's done. I fulfilled that commitment. We can move on. I can forget about it. That applies to us with all of the commitments and tasks that we have in our head. They're like open loops. So for you, if you have all these things that you know you need to get to that you haven't done yet, it's already kind of preloaded and it's draining your working memory because it's already there. Like, you know you have to get to it. You're trying not to forget. You're managing a million moving parts, and that's where it sits. So the solve for it, it's not just getting it done. Our brain treats getting it done the same way as parking it in a place that you can trust. So as long as you have a system that can hold that information for you, so you know I'm going to get to it, I've written it down, I have a plan for when it's going to get done, your brain can relax and it can close that loop and then it can get out of your working memory.
That would be so nice.
So,
that's
but
so
how
smart.
would she, like, how would she get all of that out? Like, I feel like that would take so much work for her to get it out and get it organized, right? To like even
to start doing that. Well, the starting is the hardest part because you have to get it all into a system. So that is, I'm a huge, massive proponent of task management systems, which is a way that you can get everything out into organized projects. I use something called Asana. So it's both on your phone, it's on your computer. You can always view it. It's like a to-do list on steroids because it's much more organized. But it gives you a place to park everything. And then the upkeep is pretty basic. I mean, then you can spend 20 minutes a week reviewing everything, making sure everything's loaded, 5 minutes a night or a morning reviewing what needs to get done. But the reason why you would do this is because when you have all the open loops like you're talking about, it creates this anxiety in your body and it can make it a lot harder to sleep. Like that is proven.
And then there's so many things that you don't know where to start. I think that's my thing. Is I also have like ADD.
Yeah.
Or ADHD they call it, I guess now.
Yeah.
I have a really hard time like starting a task because there's so much. So sometimes I'll just stand there and I see like my whole closet's overflowing and the laundry's over there and the dishes haven't been done and the kids have all the stuff and I know I have to film the stuff and I want to go to the gym and I just sit there and I go, I'm just going to sit here.
Of course, that is the most natural thing.
Which one do I
20 minutes.
pick? Like, which one do I pick? Which is a priority?
And sometimes
my
husband will walk up, he's like, okay, we have so much to do. What are you doing? I was like, I'm trying to figure out what to do. What do I do?
What's the first
Yes,
thing?
it's like I freeze sometimes. And that's why then sometimes I procrastinate because of that. And then I cram everything in.
It's one of the biggest causes of procrastination.
Yeah.
So this is like very, very normal. I see this all the time with my clients because you have so much to do. It's overwhelming to your system and then you don't know where to start. And so usually whatever's the loudest or the most in your face becomes the priority, even though it might not be the most important thing, which is one of the other challenges when you're trying to manage absolutely everything in your head.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are these tools that I should do? I used to have a skylight calendar and we would like it's supposed to connect to like my Google and his Google, but because I couldn't figure out how to get it all and he would never look at it, I was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
He needs to be on the same page too. Right? Or is this something I can just manage? Because it's so hard to think, Kyler, you're not looking at the schedule.
Yeah, Michael's like that too.
Well, there's a few different pieces to it because you can have a system, you can have a calendar, but if you don't have a routine in a way that you've embedded it into your life, then you're not going to use it. It's just
yes, it's just an extra thing that's just another loop.
Exactly.
It's like, well, there's that thing that's sitting there that no one's looking at
that I haven't done. And
that's such a good way to put it.
And then I get like guilt every time I look around the house. There's more guilty things that I didn't do. Oh, I haven't putting it in my skylight calendar.
Yes, or it's like planners. People buy planners and then it sits on their desk and they're like, I'm gonna use the planner.
I can't tell you how many empty planners I have.
That is such a common one.
We should have had her do her tendency.
We could probably figure it out.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah.
I love this. It's this framework by Gretchen Rubin, and you take this quiz and it's like spits out your tendency, where it's like upholder means you can just manage it all and you can like maintain your commitments to yourself and to other people. You're an obliger, which is the biggest category. It means everybody else gets taken care of, but yourself doesn't get taken care of. I'm roughly saying these.
Yes.
Questioner means you'll get to it, but you want to question. You want to understand why. And then rebel is like you just say no to like, I'm not doing that, and I'm going to find a reason why. Again, I'm really paraphrasing here.
I
but
think mine's – I'm trying to think which one it was. Wait, what were the first two?
Upholder means you'll get it all done. You'll meet your own commitments and everyone else's commitments. Obliger means – you kind of, it's more like people pleasery.
Yeah,
like
you're more likely to do it if somebody else is holding you accountable.
If someone else is holding you accountable.
Yes. So if it feels like it's the last second, so like if Kyler's like, it's due today, because we'll get all these brands that are booking, or your agent will be like, we just booked this, we'll just book this, we just booked this, but we have like a couple weeks to do it. And so I see that we have all these in text messages, but it's not tangible. Like I'm not going and being like, okay, which one is due first in 2 weeks? I'm thinking, I have 2 weeks. I have 2 weeks until it's the day of, and I'm doing the ones that were due 2 weeks ago on that day. You know? So it's always like the last day because they're constantly coming in. So I feel like it's when it's the last moment when somebody's now needing it, and I'm trying to do it because I have to meet it.
Okay, I have a couple questions. One question for you is, she said something interesting to me, which I don't feel like we often talk about, is she says that she's a type B person, but she's still like a high-performing type B.
Yes. Like I almost like OCD, but I think I get in my head because I'm type B because I don't do it because I want it to be so perfect. So then I won't do it until I have the opportunity to do it so well.
So maybe you are like a closet type A.
Yeah, I would.
Yes,
that's I think
I'm a closet type A. That's
just like
coming out.
F it. You're like
type B.
That meme that's throwing the papers in the air and all the people are going.
Because you've named two of the biggest reasons for procrastination. One of them is perfectionism, because you want it to be done so well. And if you feel like you can't put all of yourself into it, you're just going to wait because you don't want to not be perfect.
Yeah.
So that is a huge cause of procrastination. And then the other that you mentioned is just being so overwhelmed you don't know where to start. It's like a freeze response. Neither of those read incredibly type B to me.
Okay, so I'm probably not.
I think you're a I think
I don't want to be a type A. I always
am
a type B that wants to be a type A. So that's why I always say, because I don't like, type B people are fine with it being like that. I'm not fine with it being like that.
I think you're a type A who like needs better systems. To help you flourish as a type A. That's what I'm picking up.
Yes, I think that is probably what it is.
Because what does your ideal life look and feel like right now? Like
all organized, put together. I open a drawer and it's like the arts and crafts are all nice. Everything stays clean instead of getting super crazy before the clean.
I was going to ask that, but I'm going to ask it in a different way. Maybe this is I
get all my work
not
done.
allowed question. But like in your perfect world, would you just be a stay-at-home mom? Or do you like doing what you do and being a stay-at-home mom?
I really like to have both. Sometimes when I'm really overwhelmed and I'm realizing I want to just be with the kids, I always just, I just want to be a stay-at-home mom. But then if I have too many days of that, I really crave that. Like I love that we're here right now doing this, or when I'm going and having my own space for an hour and getting work done, it's kind of like this outlet for me, a creative outlet where I can do something for myself and like work hard at something. Yeah. So I like to do it. I think both.
I ask because I think that's probably we actually just talked about this earlier, where I said I think a lot of people that I talk to or that I resonate with or people that follow me are in my camp, where like my ultimate priority is obviously the babies, and I would love to be a stay-at-home. Like I feel like I am kind of a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
But then there's this aspect of me that does love to be creative. I love to talk to people. I love to learn about people. I love to create things. Secondary, because sometimes people will say like, well, why don't you just do not any of that stuff and just focus on the kids? I'm like, I could do that, but like really, I actually do like doing all these other things.
Yes. I think what it is when we're with the kids, because we're doing the other thing, sometimes you're like, okay, I'm only going to, after I'm playing with them for like 30, 40 minutes, I'm thinking, okay, that was probably good because I need to get back to doing some work possibly.
Yeah.
Whereas stay-at-home moms don't have to have that in the back of their mind. So they don't have that extra thought, so they can just be.
Yeah.
And there's not that stress behind just being.
Yeah.
Sometimes I want to just be without, that's why I need to compartmentalize and organize, because then I'm like, okay, well, I don't have to think about that work because I know in an hour that's going to get taken care of. Because I have no systems in place, I can never just let it all go.
And what about, and this is like maybe because I had to have this switch because I was corporate, you know, and then I went stay-at-home mom and working on all these like fun things. And I was trying to do it all on the fly for a while. And I don't really have childcare either, so I'm just kind of like going, I'm like, okay, everyone's napping, let me get, I have 10 minutes or something. Or like I have to film something like, okay, the baby, I'm going to put her in her high chair, I'm going to try to film this thing really fast.
That's literally my life.
And I'm just like, but then I noticed myself, I'm snapping more at the kids. I'm more frustrated. My cortisol is higher. So now I feel like I just really make Thursday and Friday, I'm working. I just know that the kids are taken care of, especially Friday because I do have a nanny on Fridays. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I really try not to think about it. Or like people will text me or email me and like maybe you'll get like a 1 or 2 word answer where it's like I do push it off and I add it to the list. I'm like, okay, on Thursday or Friday, I'm going to get to this thing.
Yes. That's so smart.
Which takes a lot of work, though, also, I feel like, because it is fun. I don't know. I feel like what we do is fun, so...
It is.
I do want... I'm like, ooh, like, you'll email me some things on Monday or whatever, text me something on Monday, and I'm like, feeding people, everyone's going crazy, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that's interesting, but I can't think about that right now because I'm also only giving, like, 30% of it to what you're saying to me on Monday. I would rather read that email or text or whatever on Friday.
Yes, because sometimes the kids don't know what we're looking at our phone for, too. Exactly. And it's such a big thing because usually you're in your office, you're on a computer. That even seems less like you're just scrolling. Sometimes I'm doing work, but my kids are trying to be in the room with me, but I've been at home with them all day. So I'm like, well, it's fine for me to get some work done on my phone for a moment while they're playing. But in their minds, they're thinking mom's not really here.
Yeah.
She's elsewhere, you know?
Do they say it to you? Because Layton has started saying,
sometimes I'll be playing with them and then and once they start playing and we've already been playing for like 20 minutes, I'll be like, okay, I'm going to step aside and do some stuff. So then sometimes they'll be like, Mom, look. And I'm like, hold on a second. 1 second. You guys are doing great. I'll be there in a moment, you know, and I'm getting work done. Yeah. So then I'm thinking, well, I don't need to also hold their hand every second of the day, but then they're seeing me on my phone. So it's so hard when you don't have boundaries. When you don't have boundaries, when do you check out? When are you there?
I think it's so helpful because there's a few pieces to this. One of them's obvious, a system. I would absolutely love to help you create a system to hold all this. But there's another piece that's stepping back and what do you want your life to look and feel like? Because I'm similar to you. I'm very driven. I'm obsessed with my kids. I have 3 little kids. I love to be with them. And I'm a better mom because I work and I love what I do. It makes me really present when I'm present with them. And then I'm present with my clients when I'm with my clients. I feel like I have the best of both worlds. And you can design that however way you want, but it takes a lot of intentionality. To your point, I feel like I've watched you kind of go through different phases with this, deciding when you're going to work, when you're not. Now you have the Thursday, Friday, which I feel like it seems like has been a really helpful kind of boundary for you to be able to really sink into work when you're working and then feel present with the kids when you're with them.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of the first step. What is this going to look like? Where am I going to put my time? Where can I outsource the things that I can't outsource? Like a house cleaner that comes twice a week and does your laundry and organizes everything.
That would be so nice.
You know what I mean? I think it's
here you go. Yeah. Goodbye.
The laundry takes so long.
Of course it does. Yeah. I have 3. I can't imagine 5.
Like 200 outfits a week or something. If you add in the PJs and the bathing suits and changing.
All the sports
outfits. Yes.
And the reality is that I know it adds up and I know it's expensive, but if you think about the amount of time that you're spending doing laundry, if you were to put that same amount of time, because you're not with your kids, there's no other benefit when you're doing laundry. You're just doing laundry. If you put those hours that you spend doing laundry into creating content for brand deals,
you'd make more.
So much more.
Then you could, it's like you'd pay for the house cleaner and then some.
Yeah.
Way more
That's
and then some.
That's what I say to Michael. I'm like, okay, if I pay Teresa to do this, because it's going to take me forever, I can make more, I will make more during that time than
It's so true.
It's a very important way to value your time because your time is so valuable. When you are spread across so many businesses, so many platforms, so many children, things that you want to prioritize, it's so important. What are the areas that I can delegate? And I need to make sure that I can do that and then really be so view your time like money. It's so important.
You know what's been really hard is how you can pick like, okay, Thursday and Tuesday I'm here or whatever you're doing. Mm-hmm. So our job is super random too. Like they'll be like, okay, Tuesday night you have to go to this event and film it. Or it'll be like, okay, on Saturday we have they have to go to this Monster Jam. Like Kyler has to go to Coachella, come all the way back, film Monster Jam, like go to the Monster Jam thing, film this whole brand deal, and then go all the way back to Coachella.
Okay,
so it's just super random because there'll be specific days that we have to do something too.
But the management team gives you this stuff, right?
Yeah.
Can they give you more of a heads up, or it just comes to them on the fly?
Yeah, we've known we sometimes will know about these events a month in advance.
Okay.
So I guess I can just, I guess we're not.
I'm like, wait, are they telling you until the same day? She's like, no,
we don't do it.
We've known for 1 month.
Because usually you have.
I was going to say fire that. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. Don't fire the thing.
It really comes down to Kyler and I are unorganized.
Because if you plan even a week out, if you guys sit down and have like a date where you're like, okay, let's look at our calendar. This is everything. These are the brand deals due this week. These are the commitments that we have. Let's look at our calendar, figure out who's taking the kids to dance and cheer. When are we going to Coachella? When are we going to Arizona? Whatever it is. And you have it all planned out.
Yeah.
Then you can back into, this is when I'm going to do everything else.
Yes.
This is when I need childcare support.
I remember it. Kyler and I had one planning session a month ago. All the kids were at school. And we're like, this is the day we're going to organize our entire life. And so we wrote from literally 6:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. every hour what we're doing, even if it was like, this is when we drink water. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, because we can't remember anything.
Use the restroom.
Yes, no, it was like, this is the day I wash my hair and style it because it takes me like 2 hours.
I did that.
And so I had it every day from Sunday to Saturday on this piece of paper, and then we lost the papers.
Oh, no.
Yes, and then we never cared about it ever again.
Oh, no.
Someone threw them all in the trash.
No. No,
I know. It just is like such our personality. Like when I think about that, that's in a nutshell. Like we finally do it, and then the papers are in the trash can.
Okay, but it doesn't have to be your personality. Your personality can be super on top of it, super organized, but it does create.
No, I think it is actually your personality. I think it is your personality to be a type A. And to be organized and to be super, it's just not there.
But also, it was so organized. It was like either all or nothing. It was so organized that it was also giving me anxiety because I was like, well, this is my hair wash day. Like I can't go do that right now.
I'm like that.
But it's like, why couldn't I just go wash my hair the day before?
No, I'm like that.
I don't know.
If something changes like within 10 minutes, I'll like go cuckoo, which I'm trying to work on. Like if someone says like, I'll be at your house at 10 and then it's like 10:08, I'm like,
like this doesn't go with my schedule.
That's it.
I only had this 1 hour.
Like I can't. But you know what I did start doing? Maybe this is poor advice, but you'll tell us. So I had a really hard time. I used to be a diehard pen to paper planner, whiteboard planner, the whole thing. Input it into my phone, whatever. But now I feel like there's so much to do. And I'm not nearly as busy as you are. I don't have nearly as many deals as you have, and I don't have as many kids as you have. But it would be like, go to this event, go to this event, go to this event, have a call with this person, like film this thing, it gets up. So I started, as soon as it would come to me, I would take a screenshot and I would text it to my sister. Like and she inputs it into the calendar for me. Is that a bad idea?
Oh, so she's kind of your helper.
Well, I mean, yeah, she's my helper now, but I was like, you know what? I was like thinking about this because it was a day, which was very unlike me. It happened twice in the same day where I thought I was supposed to be somewhere and I wasn't. Twice in the same day. And I thought, I am just not inputting these properly. I have all these kids running around. So even when it does come to me and I think I'm going to put it in, I was putting it in at the wrong time or the wrong location or wrong day. So I will take a screenshot wherever it comes in, part of full or paperless or whatever, and I'm texting it to her. So if someone's like, we need you to upload this thing by this day, I just text it literally goes to my sister.
Why would that be a bad advice or bad idea?
Well, because I guess there's like a room for error there too. I don't know.
In case she doesn't do it.
It's very.
I don't even look at it. I'm like, I don't even know what this is, but I was like a spray tan event, and I'm like, thing?
Yes, because things will come in and you just get this invite and you're just like, my brain, it feels like it's on sensory overload already. Yes. So when that comes through, I'm like,
100%.
What do I do now?
I don't want to look at it. I'm like, I don't know if just here you go, put it in my calendar and then I'll see it and then it'll.
That's the part that's important. Okay, so that's just the input mechanism. If your sister can do it because you're on the go, that's beautiful. If you have an assistant that can do it, they can add everything to your calendar, perfect. The important part is that you have a routine where you're reviewing your calendar in advance. So it might be the night before, and you might be looking and say, okay, this is what I have on my calendar tomorrow. You look at your task management system or your to-do list and you say, these are the tasks that I need to do. And then you make a decision about how your day is going to go tomorrow. That's the part that needs to happen for you. So then when you wake up, you're like, okay, I already know I have a spray tan event in the afternoon, or I already know I have these brand deals due. And so this is when I'm going to knock it out. I'm going to make sure that I do some filming, maybe when I'm in Irvine, at the park, whatever it is.
I know, that's so smart. You could do stuff while you're out.
Oh, yeah. But it's a lot easier if you've made the commitment ahead of time.
Then you need a person like that, right?
Like an assistant who can just go put it in. So they have to log into my Google.
She just created like a separate shared calendar for for me, and then she'll just upload it there. But okay, this is probably really bad. But my review day, you know when my review day is?
Lorissa, nothing is really bad. Nothing you do is really bad.
We're just with the expert. It's only bad when we're with an expert.
But so when we're at church,
yes,
everyone's locked down in a class with somebody else, right?
Oh yes.
So I'm alone.
That's so nice.
So I'm
a church teacher, so I never get a break at church.
Okay, so I'm at church Sunday, and I'm like, what's going on this week? Because it's one of my very few times when kids
if it's working,
you know.
But then you don't get that spiritual.
I know. I usually wait. I do it like one song, and I'm like, okay, I got it. Now I'm back in the game, but it's usually like for the first song, and then my husband be like, "What are you looking at?" I'm like, "Nothing, nothing. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
This is my time. Everyone's singing. I can just chill."
Okay, so Madison, you're also a church teacher, so you just the responsibilities keep growing.
Yes, I have to teach every Sunday. All the 3 and 4 year olds. They don't even really know what I'm teaching them half the time, so I make it very basic. I spend 10 minutes with a cute little Bible story or whatever that week is, and then we'll play games or something. So
that's amazing. And I want to go back to this. I would say it's not bad, but I know you, and I know how much you treasure your relationship with God. And so it's probably not the best for you specifically.
I know.
But I also know that your kids go to bed pretty early. So you could do like every Sunday night right after the kids go to bed, you review your week in advance. And you take a look, so you could find times that are pretty consistent where you can say, all right, Sunday night, this is just what I do. I look, I see what my calendar is. I make sure that everything's organized. I talk to Michael if I need to. I call Ashley, my nanny, if I need to call her and backfill something.
You know why I stopped doing Sunday night is because then I felt like I was too late to the game. Like, what if I have something on Monday morning and then now I don't have Sunday to prepare? So maybe it needs Fridays. To be like a Friday or Saturday. Really.
I said Sunday because church, but I'm a big Friday fan. It's a part of my Friday afternoon routine, and I'm always looking ahead. So then I can figure it out, and I talk to Jeff over the weekend, and we figure everything out.
I feel like once it's 1 p.m., my day is done. My kids all come home. Like I only have So I wake up at 6 a.m. The kids have to be out to school by 7:30. So then my other son goes at 9. So I have from like 6:30 to 9 is morning routine. And then I have from 9 to 1 to basically do all the things.
Okay.
But I want to work out. So I have to just figure out from those hours.
So you know that. That's the beautiful thing. You know when your windows are. You know exactly when you can get things done, and then you can plan around
And if I had a house, because I spend a lot of that time cleaning and getting stuff prepared around the house. And so I feel like if I could get myself in the groove of having somebody that's doing that, then during those times I could just be getting my tasks done.
Yes.
Okay, so I feel like step 1, we're hiring you a housekeeper.
Yes.
That's absolutely.
One who knows how to
someone that's really good at organizing, that can keep it how I want it. Because I feel like I have told even the 2 times that they've done the laundry, all the whites turn into pink. Yes, I had to send her pictures of every single thing. I'm like, how many times do I have to tell you not to wash these whites?
I feel like I have a lady for you. Now I think about
if you have someone that's really organized, that really cares,
That's what her thing. I feel like I have someone for you.
It seems like, and maybe even like 3 days a week since you have so many kids. And
I
so
think
much
3 days a
laundry.
week would be really nice.
Yeah. That can really take over all the tidying, all the cleaning, and all the laundry. Maybe you bump it in the future. They can do some meal prep. Like these are things you don't
Meal
need
prep
to be
would
doing.
be huge. I can't tell you by at least 5 days after I go grocery shopping, we'll have about 5 to 6 days where we're trying to just, my kids are like, there's no food in the fridge. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, and then I'll go back to grocery shopping and fill it all up. And then there'll be another 5 days where we're like, oh, we just don't have anything. You know, and I'm door dashing on those days every
Madison, I would argue that given everything that you guys have going on in all your businesses, you maybe have somebody 5 days a week that literally does everything. Like you don't need to go to the grocery store.
Grocery shopping is hard for me.
Of course it is.
Yes.
Okay, I'm also now kind of thinking house manager.
Yeah. Somebody that's doing everything.
So I've thought about this. It's so hard for me. It's that extra task of trying to find the house manager that I just put back every day because every day I wake up, I'm like, how am I going to sit here and find a house manager?
This gets back to the urgent.
I don't even know.
Like focusing your time on things that are urgent and in your face and have a hard deadline. This is what everybody does. It's not just you. It's because it's in your face. It's like, no, I have to tackle that first. That's a nice to have. Hiring a house manager, it's a nice to have, but it doesn't have to happen today. Mm-hmm. Those are the things that keep us stuck though, because then you're not able to adapt. If you invest the time to find the house manager now, think about the number of hours a week you would save. I mean, just based on what you're explaining.
Nice.
I mean,
like
that
15
person could
hours,
also
Yes.
that person could also hire the other people, right?
Yes.
Like if you had a house manager, hypothetically,
So how do you find someone like that?
there's services for it, right?
There are services
Nexus
for it.
and other good ones where you could literally be like, okay, I want these characteristics. But I'm just curious, would Kyler go for the house manager?
He would probably say we already pay Will. We have this guy that comes over every day, and he's supposed to be our assistant. Yeah, supposed to. He is, but
your home and your business are different things.
Yes, I feel like his job is so different than what I need.
Yeah.
But he also helps with
I don't feel like your
Wittles.
husband will ever see the tabs that we have in our brains.
No, never.
I always see
Never.
those memes as like girls' brains versus boys' brains, and he's like breakfast, and I'm like thinking about a million other things.
Yeah.
He's like shoes. It's like actually super funny. Like their brain is just like
I just had this conversation with Michael he was like, yeah, I do. Not like, again, like he does a lot with the kids. He's like, yeah, I do so much with the kids. I'm like, in comparison, like, yes, you do. But I was like, you do not think about what they're going to eat for breakfast, lunch, dinner. You do not think about them moving up to the next diaper size and making sure that is stocked. You do not think about the milestones and like.
We're like ahead. We're 20 steps ahead of their task that they're doing.
Yeah, but they are like pancake, eggs, shoes on.
Play ball.
Yeah.
And while they're playing ball, we're thinking like, oh my gosh, like this. No.
I was standing in the kitchen, like running through everything that had to happen one day, and Jeff goes, "Hey, remember that line in that movie?" And I'm like, "Where's your head at? Like you're thinking about some funny movie from that you watched a year ago."
Me. Literally, I'll be like doing my thing, and he'll be like, "Hey, do you see what Nick posted?" I'm like,
"No, yes." He does this all the time. He'll be there. He's like, "Oh my gosh, you have to watch this." I'm like, I am literally in the middle of like 50 tasks.
I know. I'm like, I do not care about it. Don't send it to me. Like literally, I like texted him. I was like, "Stop sending me memes on Instagram during the workday." I'm gonna like, my head's gonna pop off. No, I didn't see it. I don't care about it. Don't tell me. He's like, hey, this I forgot what it was. It's like this rapper is having. I'm like, I don't. Literally, I could care about nothing less than that in this moment. Please.
And also about like Jeff seems to think that our algorithms are the same. He's like, have you seen all those memes? And I'm like, we have such different worlds on Instagram. Let me tell you, I have no idea what you're talking about. I really don't care.
Yeah. Probably a little different.
Oh
I feel like Kyler and Madison work really closely together.
Yes, everything we're doing, like okay, so when you say, why I don't have to think about it till the second of, is because he does manage all the text messages for me. Like he's the one that's calling. We'll be in all these group chats. I have like 6 different group chats with all these different agencies because we don't just have one agency. We have like 6 agencies because we've never been exclusive. So they're all coming through and he's like responding while I'm doing all these other things. So in my brain, I'm thinking, I don't have to look at that. You know, he's managing it. But then he's my manager. He'll be like, today it's due. Have you not read the text messages? You're never in the chats. You never respond. But I'm thinking, well, I kind of let that loop go because he's in that and he'll tell me.
That just comes down to clear delineation of responsibilities. So it's like, is that his role? And then what is your role? And having that conversation, right? Like,
but
if
then
you're going to...
we hold it against each other too, though, because then he tells me I'm being irresponsible, but I'm not. I'm just like, we have our roles. You know,
then they need to be communicated more so that you're both in agreement about exactly what those roles are and when it crosses over to your realm. Because then there's no disagreement, because that's a really hard one. Like if he thinks you're actually responsible for also responding to the texts.
Yes.
And you think you're not.
But then he's not adding it to calendars and making it easy for me. He'll just tell me like the day of, which I need to just take it under myself and be like, okay, I'm just going to be the one that responds to everything. But then it kind of takes away his role of what all that he's supposed to be doing.
I feel like there needs to be like a third member in this.
Assistant.
I think there needs to be an assistant. Because then he could still own that role. You could still own your role. And then an assistant or even a VA, maybe. I kind of feel like this person should be in person.
Because they could help with filming.
Could help
potentially.
Could help with anything else. Yeah.
I agree. I think for you, it's a really interesting thing. Your time is so valuable and you're able to make money with your time. And so delegating things that you don't like to do is so important. So house manager, huge. Like they can, finding somebody that's going to do all your laundry, all your grocery shopping, your meal prep, tidy, organize, because that doesn't need you. It needs to be done so that your mind is clear and you feel good when you wake up in the morning, but it doesn't have to be you. Same on the business side, looking at it separately, somebody that's in those text messages, adding things to your calendar and helping to keep you organized. And then you're just responsible for reviewing your week, for seeing what's upcoming, figuring out when you're going to get your things done. And that is something I'd be really happy to help you with. And that's creating your own system where you feel really on top of everything, but you have, just like you're using your sister, you have somebody that's doing the inputting to your calendar and making sure nothing gets missed. And then you're only involved in the things you need to be involved in, which are your kids' lives. You are the one that is filming. You're the one that's doing a lot of content creation. That's what you're needed for.
That would be so nice. And then also it opens up the opportunity to hang out with a friend, because I can't tell you how many times a mom will be like, let's set up a play date. What day works? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like all my schedule could be whenever. I'm flexible. But then also there's so many things. So then every day that I want to do the play date, it just doesn't, like I can't figure out what day and time to do a play date. So I think then it opens up, because I'm so organized, I can go hang out with a friend, or I can go to lunch with just a girlfriend, or just whatever, all those extra things that you never get to.
Mm-hmm. And you can sleep better, because all of a sudden you can trust that you have everything taken care of, and you can be more present when you're playing with the kids, because you know you have time to do things later. And then you can really focus on work when you're focused on work, because you've already put that time aside. It is, I can't tell you, I really can't say enough how life-changing I've seen this be for people, because you clearly are extremely capable. I mean, you are doing so much. And if you add systems that help you and keep you more organized, you add delegation so that people are doing things that you don't need to be involved in. You have the conversations with your husband.
So nice.
Oh,
but I have to learn how to be a good delegator to the person I'm hiring too, because that's one thing I struggle with, is telling them what to do, because I also, every time we've ever had a nanny, I always make it super simple. Like when we were in Utah, I'd be like, whatever you think in the moment that feels right, because we're all over the place. Our schedule is different every single day, so I don't have an exact schedule for you. It's just whatever you see with your eyes, that if you were me, what would you think that needs to get done? And that's always what I say, but they'll never know what's in your mind. Like, I have to be specific.
That isn't even what you're telling me, because I've heard you say, like, I have a box that I want all the Legos in. I have a box for the magnetized. You do have a way you want things done. I do. And that can be
I've never once told anybody all that stuff that's in my brain.
See,
I do. When I have a nanny, I need the nanny to literally think like me. Like, be me when I'm not here. That's what I want. I want you to do it exactly as I would do it. I want you. We're kind of different in that way.
We are.
She wants like opposite of her. I want you to do and think and run my house exactly as I would do it. So like if I would put the magnet tiles here, you got to do that. If I would make pasta for lunch, you need to make pasta for lunch. So it's taken me probably like 3 or 4 nannies to get there. And then finally the girl that we have, Ashley, everyone knows Ashley. I just know if I'm gone, my house is going to run exactly. Like when I leave on Friday morning, I just know my house is going to run exactly how I want it to run. But it did take me like a month. That's so nice.
It takes all the stress off, because sometimes when I'm gone for 4 hours, and I know Kyler's an amazing dad. He's so hands-on, but you know how it's not the same when I know that if I'm there, different things would pan out. Like I would probably keep up on all the stuff that maybe he wouldn't. And so I feel like having another girl, because also our assistant's a boy.
I was going to say, also, Will is a boy.
He's a 19-year-old boy.
Totally different. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Like I can't even tell him. He's not going to get it.
No. You need a girl.
You know what I mean?
Home
it's
business.
so different. Yes. And even like your husband, like that's what's so beautiful about a husband and a wife is they are so perfect in their role. Like I don't want him to be me either. So I'm not trying to say that he's not like, I'm just saying he isn't, there's not two of me. And there needs sometimes when mom is taken away for things, there has to be another person that's taking your place, like what you're saying.
And something you're really good at is being very clear about what you want. Like you are such a good communicator. Yeah. This is what I need done. And it sounds like that's something that you can work on is being really clear about what's actually in your head because people aren't in there. Like this is how I want things to run. And it's harder with kids for sure when you're talking about a nanny. But a lot of the things that we're talking about for you are laundry. It's like do the whites separate. This is how I like my laundry done. This is the type of meals I like to cook for a family. These are the days that we're going to be in town because you'll know now because you're going to do your
like telling them what
review.
Everyone likes to eat and just go get these groceries. That would be a game changer.
Do you struggle with telling, like I super don't struggle with telling people exactly how I want it, but I know a lot of people do.
I struggle with it. So I feel awkward like I'm being bossy.
Yes. Okay. I feel like that's more people than not. Mm-hmm. The right VA though, or not VA, the right assistant could relay those messages, right?
There's twofold. You could have somebody help relay it, but you could also practice. Like I do a lot of practicing conversations with my clients before they have them because when you have to set boundaries, that can be hard. When you have to have difficult conversations with your husband, when you have to have difficult conversations with people that work for you, like really figuring out what the hold is, like what it is that you're scared of. Are you scared of how they're going to interpret you? Are you scared of how you're going to be received? Like what is it?
I think it's that they're going to think, man, this girl really is very particular. Why does she care about the colored pencils being in that drawer versus just, I don't know.
See,
and you don't think like that's what I'm hiring you for? Like it's your job.
I know that is their job. I try to make them feel comfortable too much. You know, I always tell them, well, here's the thing is I would actually be okay laying it all out right at first and being very particular. But if they did something wrong, I would feel really awkward to be like, hey, I told you that that's where that goes. Like, I feel like that's when I would never step in. It'd be way too awkward for me.
Even if you said it in a nice way or like figured out a nice way to say it,
it'd be so bad. I don't know.
See, we can practice it though, because it's like a compliment sandwich. I love how you're doing this. I love the meals that you prepped for this week. And I know this is crazy, but I noticed that the colored pencils were mixed in with the pens. Yes. And I really like the colored pencils there, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many ways.
And I wouldn't be so particular because the reason I'm particular is because we live it every day and I see what happens if you're not particular. So on the weeks where I'm not keeping all the arts and crafts stuff, my kids are obsessed with arts and crafts, by the way. It's like half their life is they're doing arts and crafts. They have a specific thing. They come home from school and they all do arts and crafts. Mm-hmm. So I have this whole cupboard for it. And when they just throw it all in there, when you open the door, I'm not getting papers falling out, pens, they don't have any caps on the markers. I'm constantly throwing stuff out, trying to buy new stuff. So I have to, when I keep it organized, they play better and everything goes back. When it's unorganized, no one knows where to put it.
But you could even say that to somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I just need to be specific.
I know this seems crazy, but the reason why I do it, and I actually feel like that stuff is helpful because I'm like that with the Love Every kits. Did anybody do the Love Every?
Yes, I used to do those when they were little.
Okay, so I
They're
want them all to stay the same. I want them to be all together. I want them to go back in the box because if not, then it's all the pieces, and I just spent $1 million on this box of toys, and now I don't have all the pieces together. So I will try to do that. I mean, I don't really feel awkward for this kind of stuff, but I will try to like soften it a little bit. Like, especially with Ashley when she started, being more consistent. I'm like, I do this because if I don't, this is what happens. And then I feel like it then sticks more in her brain too to be like, oh, I like with loading the car, I have her always load the car with like snacks, water, toys, whatever, diapers. Because I'm like, if you don't do this thing, if I get out into the wild without this done, I'm screwed.
Yes.
And I've been screwed where I have to literally piecemeal 3 size 1 diapers onto Evander to get him home.
Yes, because we've lived through it. That's what I'm saying. We're particular because we've had the problem where we saw the problem and so we found a solution, whereas they're just coming in, they don't know what the problem is. They don't know that there was ever a problem by having it be unorganized.
And I would argue that anybody that you're going to hire is going to want to do a good job and make the house run smoother and make you happy. And the more information they have, the better. Like my nanny always tells me, I'm so glad that I work for you because I know where I stand with you.
Yes.
I know if I do something that you don't like, you're going to tell me and you're going to do it in a way that's respectful. And I don't have to worry and wonder, are you happy? Are you not? Because I know.
A person working wants that guidance, and I don't feel like I ever give it to them. I haven't had a lot of people to practice on because since we've lived here, we haven't really had a consistent nanny. I only have my cousin coming for the summer. She came last summer too. This is her second summer. She was super great. But when we lived in Utah, so you have to kind of pick what you want help with. So in Utah, we had a nanny, but my thing was, would I rather be at the dance studio for 4 hours or 5 hours sitting there with them while she's at home with the 2 babies and keeping up on all that stuff? Or should I be at home with the 2 babies doing all that stuff and she goes to the dance studio because it's also annoying sitting there in the car?
Of course.
So I would tell her to do the dance stuff. But then I'm back at home juggling. I had like a newborn at the time and a 2-year-old, and I'm still trying to keep up on all the house stuff. So I don't have anyone to tell to do that because I'm now the house manager. Because I'd rather have them go do the other thing.
Of course. And that's when it comes like what I think we talked about in the beginning. It's taking a step back and deciding what you want your time to go to. Where are you going to delegate?
I know.
What matters the most to you? That's the first step.
Pointless too.
But that's what I feel like you
It's like so
help.
hard.
Yes.
She helps you kind of peel back the onion to figure out what it is. Because I've done a session with you before where I'm like, I just want to be with the kids. And you're like, well, obviously you want to be with the kids, but blah, blah, blah. And then it'll kind of like reel back. And then it'll be like, oh, I actually don't care to do that thing. So I could have someone else do that thing, but I really do care to do this thing, right?
It's like an onion. You have to peel, the layers and figure out. And that's so true. And it is the first step to really understanding. And that's when then you can delegate. Then you can create systems that are going to support you. Then you can sit down with your husband and figure out how you guys are going to split your roles and responsibilities so that it's really clear. But the first step is understanding, where do I want to actually be?
Yes.
And being really honest about it.
I could do every other. Like I could say every other week I'm the driver so I can watch them cheer and dance.
Yeah.
And then every other week you're at home with the boys. But I could say while you're with the boys, obviously number 1 comes playing with them. But while you're doing that also, you can organize one cupboard.
No.
I don't know.
No, that's totally, like Ashley for sure knows if you're just hanging out with the boys, organize a closet, do a toy rotation, organize a playroom. Like while you're playing, be doing.
But do I tell her
stuff.
which one? Like all the way specifics today you're going to organize, or just like whenever you get a chance? Because then it opens the doors. Like, well, I didn't get a chance. Like,
No,
I
don't like
know.
the chance. I would say, well, this is what I do with Ashley. These are the top 5 things I want to get done today. I want to make sure we clean up the paints. I want to make sure we whatever. And then, well, now she kind of knows, like, okay, well, Zhaj is napping. I'm going to do this one.
Okay.
When the boys are napping, I'm going to do these 2 or whatever. So, like, I tell her my priorities. Like, you have to get these things done. But then
But you can decide when to do
them. But she can kind of figure out when to do them.
I would argue that the person that we're talking about you hiring is probably at your house 4 to 5 times a week, and they really get to know you. Yeah. And I think the most important part is how you set expectations in the beginning. I expect you to keep the house organized. These are all of your roles and responsibilities. When you do them, it's up to you. And give them a little bit of ownership, because you want somebody that's going to be self-led to really own the house. They're owning these tasks.
Like I want them to that's why I say, like, I want you to see it and then do it.
And
like
be very clear about what those things are. And to your point, if there's a day of the week that you notice something or you have something coming up, you can be like, hey, I want you to prioritize this today. That's completely fine. But you don't want to micromanage every time you leave. Organize this cabinet. Like that's way too much work for you. You really want to close that loop, right?
So I just tell them once. I should just say, I should take her through every room. This is what, if it was the perfect house, this is what everyone would look like.
Yeah.
If you ever find time to make it look like that while you're watching the kids.
Well, I don't know. So when Ashley first started too, I did give her little things. I feel like it was the little things that would add up for me. And like I put them on a piece of paper or on whiteboard or something when she first started. Now she just knows. But I'm like, the soap dispensers, because there's so many bathrooms, like fill up the soap dispensers. If you're ever sitting around like, oh my gosh, what do I do? Fill up the freaking soap dispensers. Restock the paper towels like in each of the like little things that they just get thrown to the wayside.
That's smart. Give a list of things that if you ever sitting around you don't have something to do moment.
Or if you're like, what would be a priority thing if you don't have a specific priority? here's just a list of
because
things.
Because the kids might have not done art that day. So it would be random for her to be like, let me go check if the art can
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then I want it to stay good.
Well, I think we're talking about two different things. Larissa's person is childcare and organizing, right?
Okay.
And it's one-off. She comes when you need her.
Yeah.
What we're
Okay.
talking about for you, so the way that I would work with a client is I would talk to you about exactly what you want to outsource. Because right now you're talking about two different things. You're talking about organizing and childcare.
Oh, true. So we're talking about a home manager.
We could do whatever you want depending on how much you want to outsource. But one option would be to have somebody fully dedicated to home manager. So groceries, laundry, grocery shopping, tidying, cleaning. That is pretty much a full-time job.
That's probably what I need first. Because I've got the kid thing kind of down. They can come with me places.
And there could be room for another person that's like a one-off that maybe is a regular nanny that you have on the days that cheerleading and dance happen. You know, you could plan out when that person is going to come and maybe their primary job is just childcare. So
Would that be the cousin, right?
Yes, but she's kind of taking on the role of everything because we're paying her monthly to just like be there and help us. So I feel like, I mean, I don't think she'd be good at the whole management thing of my life. I think she's mostly coming to be with the kids. Yeah.
Okay.
Then that's really clean roles and responsibilities. So it sounds like first is really the house manager. And then they have very clear roles. They can figure out Monday what they do, Tuesday, because it's not really around the kids' schedule. And then you have somebody else that's helping you with the kids. But that's part of it, right? Figuring out what exactly needs to be done. What can I afford to do? And that's the evaluation between what is my time really worth? How much can I make? How much can we do? I know my numbers? Do I understand what we can truly outsource? That's part of it, obviously. And then figuring out who to hire. And then the next step is something I also do with clients is like you brain dump to me exactly everything that you need done. You can walk me through your house. I'm going to make a whole list for you that you can just give to your nanny or give to your house manager that says, this is what I want done. Because it's helpful to walk somebody through it. But if they're new, it's a lot of information at once. Having it all written down, they can refer to it for the first few months till they get into a groove, like making sure it's just extremely clear.
Yes, I can make a little binder that says like mudroom, kitchen.
Yes.
And then it, like each thing like
so
writes all the details.
For clients.
Yes.
So like Madison comes to you and is like, here's just a brain dump, here's a data dump of everything in my perfect world that would get done. And then you organize that information and say, here's where I see the best route for you. I think we hire this person to do this, and here's the roles and responsibility. Here you go.
So you help me find a person?
Yeah, for my private clients, I only take on a few at a time because I'm so hands-on. Like I help do that. I help write job postings. I've helped hire a nanny. I've helped write the contract for a nanny.
Wow.
I will fully build out the task management system based on all your different projects and all the different businesses. So it's a very private coaching is like super hands-on. Because it's made for people like you that are so busy that don't have time to block a full week to get organized. Like you said, you and your husband with your list, and then you lost the list. So the kids are like,
well, it's the funniest when I wake up at like 7 a.m. or like whatever, like whenever we all get up in the morning, and I have like this entire list of like things that I thought through the whole night. And Kyler's like, I do not have time for this list right now. It's like 6:30 in the morning. Like, okay.
I know.
You know, it's such a side benefit too is when you feel more organized and when you have clear roles and responsibilities with your husband, it's just easier on the marriage too because there's not so much nagging or expecting things of each other.
Well, because he doesn't need help on his side with anything, the whole list is me. And then he's like jumping in to try to help. I'm like, here's all the things I have to do every day. And then he's like, okay, so what can I help with? I'm like, but where's your list? Like, you go make a list. He's like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't need a list.
I don't have a list.
But then it's like, I don't want him just helping me with my whole list all the time.
Well, it sounds like
I'm like, is this marriage counseling now? No.
You'd be surprised.
Okay, so let's talk.
I cover a ton of subjects.
Like, why is the whole entire morning tonight my list? And then you're just helping me.
Well, there's a lot of different ways to outsource, but I think you could take a lot of things from your list and give it to other people that are not necessarily
No, I
your
need his
husband.
help. He should help me with my list. But I know it was just hard when I like make my whole thing. I have all my things I'm thinking about the whole night, and then I don't know. He doesn't have to think about anything. He's just chill. He's so lucky.
I'm cool. I got it. I'm going to Monster Jam. I'm going to Coachella.
No, he's so busy though. He's always on phone calls. He's always figuring out how to keep everything going. you know?
I want you
he's
to
like the
feel more
momentum.
like
he's like
that.
the engine behind it, I would say.
That's why you need another person. I feel like there's a whole other job for somebody else.
There clearly is. But also, I mean, I also don't want you up all night thinking through these things.
Yeah.
I want it done so you can sleep and then feel really good when you wake up and feel organized and feel on top of it. And it's absolutely possible, but it does take an investment of time.
Yeah.
Hiring the right people, getting things organized. But the benefit is so big. We're always going to have things running through our head because we're women and we have kids, and that is just how we work. But the more loops you can take out of your mind and into a system, the happier.
That would be so nice.
Watch, your house is gonna be so organized. You're gonna be working out.
It'd be so nice. I can't tell you how many times I want to go work out, but I realize this is coming secondary because look at my house right now. It's a disaster.
Yeah. I will say cleaning, it's just my thing, my hill I will die on. Cleaning is just last. Like for me.
Yes.
Because someone else is going to do it. It's just not where my brain.
But that's because you've set that up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is so awesome.
Like today, 0 cleaning will get done. I don't even care. I'm not even going to look at it because tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., Teresa's going to be there and she can take care of everything.
That's
and like
so
I'll pick up like
nice.
lightly here, but then Ashley will come on Friday and then she's responsible for toys, kids.
Well, it's so hard because they come on Friday and it looks really good, but by Sunday it's already a disaster because it's the weekend. My kid's just like, woo.
You've outgrown that.
Playtime.
Your life has outgrown that model.
I'm like, so but by the time it's Monday, I'm like, well, I need the house cleaners on Monday after the weekend.
And on Wednesday.
Like they make it all nice and then we have the craziest 5 kids running around.
That is the beauty of hiring the right people.
And you know what? One of the other parts of my personality is I really love when my kids explore the house and use it as a playground. Like when they're pulling all the door stools out because they want to pretend like they're on an airplane, and then one of them's the airplane pilot and they're pulling all the snacks out and they make their own menus. I'm like, this is so cute, you know? But then it's a disaster because they take every little thing from the whole house. Like yesterday they made this laser system where they had this little fish wire and they put it around every single thing in the whole house. We had to try to go through all the lasers, but there's strings everywhere, you know? And I don't want to take that away from them because I love that their minds are like that.
Yeah.
But then it just destroys everything so fast. But I don't ever want to be the mom that's like, you guys keep the house clean, because would I rather have a clean house or them having an amazing childhood?
I'm the same. I'm the same way. And Michael hates it, but they'll be doing constantly. It's like Play-Doh. And obviously like I'm homeschooling.
Yes.
My kids don't go away. So we're doing Play-Doh where they're taking the cushions off. They're doing whatever. They're running around. They're jumping on the piano. And I love it.
Yes.
They're like riding bikes in my corridor.
Yes.
I think it's the greatest thing ever. But Michael's like, this house is not a playground.
Yeah.
I'm like, but it is. It
That's
is.
the whole point. It's like,
yes.
I know, it's so hard, but then I need to delegate the kids doing stuff. So that's another thing. One thing to get another person doing it, but the kids need to learn responsibilities and how to pick up. But then it's also so hard to be like, you guys, I've asked you 5 times, pick up that thing. And then they have to make a chore chart, and I can never get the chore chart printed because I forget every day. And
see, this is why you need a system. This is
I
why
systems.
Because then you can say chore chart and you can assign it to a day, and then you're going to have more time because you're not doing laundry and you're not cleaning. You can work on the chore chart. You can work on setting expectations. Everything's going to have a home in your house because you're going to get it organized so that
the kids will know where to put the things easier.
See, the trickle-down impacts of getting organized, it is a lot up front, of course.
Yes.
But the trickle-down impacts, it makes you more connected with your family, makes your marriage better. I mean, it makes your sleep better. It gives you more time to work out. It makes you happier because you're actually really clear about what you want. I hear it. Like, you want a clean home. Mm-hmm. You want to be able to spend time with your kids. You also want to work and create content.
Yeah.
You don't really care to be doing laundry or to be cleaning, but it's taking up a massive chunk of your time.
It is, yeah.
If you look at
and
how
if
many
I don't
hours,
do it, then it's just so bad to where I'm like stepping over things and I'm like, I can't live like this.
Of course you have 5 kids.
I know.
Of course it gets bad quickly. And
So
they're making
like a
cool
frog.
mazes.
I'm like picturing the keeping up with, or no, what is it? Cheaper by the Dozen.
No, that is,
Yes.
my whole life, I loved that movie so much. So when I was like 13, 14, I always said I wanted 12 kids one day because my favorite thing is like, I love the energy and the playfulness. And it feels like the Cheaper by the Dozen movies half the time.
Yeah.
But then I also have that other personality that's like, okay, everything now needs to be perfect.
Okay. Back in your bins, everybody.
Just play to the strengths. Like your strengths, you're magnetic, you're so good at content. Like that is what you can focus your time on when you're not with your kids. You can hire a really good organizer and a really good house cleaner and a really good assistant for your business, and all that will run more smoothly.
Yeah. Okay, so I didn't even figure out my first step. House organizer?
I would say there's probably
assistant.
Yes, you definitely want to hire somebody. That is a good first step. Another habit that might be helpful for you is then before you go to bed, every night, just look at the next day. Just look at your calendar, understand what your commitments are, and make a mental note. Because if you decide you're going to do something the night before, it's proven that you're 2 to 3 times more likely to do it because you've already made that decision.
Yes.
And I think it would help you if you woke up in the morning and you knew everything that was going on. Like you look at your calendar, I know exactly where the dance classes that I'm going, like I know when I'm going to go. Okay, I also see that the brand deals are due, so I'm going to maybe I can film those while I'm at the dance studio, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But making that plan and getting in the habit of doing it is going to be a huge, huge game changer. And then everything else can come. I can help you set up a system. I have a course if you want to do it, which I wouldn't recommend.
You don't think so? I'll do whatever.
I think it would be better for you to have hands-on support so I can do a lot of the work. I would absolutely love to help you. But that can all come, and then you have a system and a routine. But just starting with a review before you go to bed. This is what's coming, and I'm ready.
I think Kyler and I need to review together because we work so closely together.
Yes.
Most like a majority of couples, like the husband has his job and then the wife has hers, but it's like everything's ingrained together 100%.
So what we would do is I will work with you first and we'll figure out exactly what your life you want it to look like, and we'll kind of lay the groundwork. But then we'd bring Kyler in and have those conversations together too. Like what is your guys' routine going to be like? When does it work for you to sit down and look at your schedules together and figure out who takes what? And what are the overarching rules that you guys have about business? What is he good at that he wants to own? What are you going to own? Because you don't want him coming to you and be like, hey, you missed X, Y, and Z.
Yes.
Because I can tell you want to be on top of it. So you don't want that.
I know. And then it causes problems when he's my manager. And I'm like, are you frustrated with me, you know?
Yeah.
You don't want that. Like you want to just enjoy the fact that you guys have built these businesses
together.
For
him, he thrives when he has an open schedule to just figure out what's next. Like he likes to just, sometimes he'll come over here and he'll just think. Strategize. What's next? Because he's invested in a lot of different businesses too. And he's trying to be that like a little part of all of these things. And so for him, if he always says like, if you just let me go and that's what I do best, is he's really good at connecting, communication, figuring out, but it's not like a set 9 to 5 type job. He just has to be able to use his brain all day long to get things done.
Yeah.
So I don't
very
know.
similar
it's like,
too. And it does sometimes drive me crazy.
It is because I'm like, okay, then just go. But then I'm over here doing more of like the concrete things where it's like, okay, I do X, Y, Z and it brings in this. His is an overarching so much stuff he's doing, and then it all ends up making a ton of money, but it's not
linear or exactly tangible like in the moment.
Tangible. Yes. So then I'm like, okay, then just go. But then I don't know.
But we still have, I get what you're saying.
We have to
we're very similar.
We need to keep the specific things going too.
Yes. Yeah.
So I don't know.
That's where every one of those, that's when we have to dive into the details. It's like, what are the specific things that still need to get handled? What can be delegated? What are you owning? What is he owning? And he can still own some things and have the free space to do what he's good at, because that's part of it. Learning what each of your strengths are and playing to it.
Yeah.
Like my husband's roles and responsibilities are not traditional, like male, female, because he's really good at cleaning and I'm not. He takes tidying. He takes cleaning.
So nice.
Because I'm good at the computer. I'm going to run the finances. These are like the ways that we have decided to have our structure that work for us based on our strengths and weaknesses, and then we outsource things that we want to outsource based on everything, finances, based on what we do or don't like doing, all of that. But it can all be discussed and peeled apart,
figured
I guess.
out.
Yeah.
Okay, we're coming to time. I thought it'd be fun to do like a rapid fire.
Okay, what's that?
Okay, I'm just gonna ask you questions and you can't tell me the first thing that comes to your mind.
Okay.
So I wanted to know, I was going to ask something that most people don't know about you.
Okay. What is it going to be?
I don't know. What is it going to be?
Oh, I thought you were going to ask me. Oh, that's the question.
That was the question. Yeah.
Oh, you're like, I'm going to start asking questions people don't know about you. I was like, okay, what's the question? Oh, okay.
Oh, no. I just want to know one thing that most people don't know about you.
I love art. I love to paint. And
I don't know that about you.
And
Your
just
kids got
anything
it from
artistic.
you.
Yes.
Okay, my next question was going to be a hidden talent. Is that it?
My hidden talent, probably acting. I love acting.
Okay.
Yes.
Is that hidden?
No, I guess
Most
that's not
people know
hidden.
about you.
I don't do it anymore.
You don't?
No.
You want to?
I would love to. Like if somebody was like, "Hey, come do this movie," here's this part and here's your script, I would be so excited. Yeah, I just don't have time. I want to be a mom too. Yeah.
Maybe when they're a little bit older.
Yeah.
What is your biggest pet peeve?
When I'm being really productive and Kyler is not.
Why is that? That is a thing.
It is. It's really painful.
So dumb.
It's painful.
It's the other way around though. If he gets in a cleaning spurt and he's doing the dishes and I'm sitting there, he's like, why are you sitting there while I'm doing the dishes?
Yes. Last night I took my 5 minutes. I had Layton, because it's like a revolving door of naps. Like someone's always awake. Maybe I get lucky and there's like 10 minutes where everyone's asleep. But that was not the case yesterday. So Layton was awake. I had just put the baby down. Evan's just sleeping. I'm like, let's go sit in the sun for 10 minutes. My husband comes out and is like, what are you guys doing? Like, what are you guys doing? I'm like, we're doing nothing. Please don't ask me to do anything.
Don't judge me. The opposite is also true for me, though. I don't know if you guys feel this. Like, if I'm in relaxation mode and my husband's going, I'm kind of like, no, we're relaxing. The kids are asleep. Come on over. It's our time
because then you
to
can't relax because I'm feeling guilty.
Exactly.
Oh, no. I'm like,
I feel guilty if anyone's doing something while I'm trying to relax. So everyone has to either be like chilling too, or else I feel anxiety that he's gonna walk in and he's gonna see that I'm just resting.
Okay, well, we'll have to work on that.
Work on that. What else? Oh, favorite food?
Italian, like a really good Italian pasta.
Okay. And then I had one more pet peeve. We already said. Shoot, I had one more.
Okay, I have a good one because I feel like you came in saying, well, this isn't really rapid fire, but one of my favorite things is that you came in saying that you're type B, and now I'm feeling like we're learning.
Like I'm actually
if
type
rapid
A.
fire was type A or type B, you're kind of leaning towards type A.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
I think I'm just always have anxiety because I'm trying to be type A and I can never get there. I think that's where the anxiety comes from.
Yes.
I was going to ask more about like your parenting. Like, do you ever yell? Do you ever get snappy with the kids?
I do, but it's kind of...
Or is that more Kyler?
It's more Kyler. Like, if I ask the kids so many times to do something and they won't, I'm finally like, okay, fine, I'm going to get dad. Like, he'll tell you. Because I like to be like the one that they just... I don't know. They love him too, but like I'm like, okay, I'm selfishly just gonna be the nice one, and dad will be the. Yeah. But it's kind of not fair because I should just figure out how to do that too. But it's not my personality to just yell at them,
Yeah.
But I think I used to more often 8 months ago before I got in Zoloft. I'm so chill now.
Is it in a good way?
Yes.
You're happy about it?
I can't even get myself to get super frustrated anymore.
So pre-Zoloft, you would?
Yes, I think I was way more up and down. Yeah. I remember there was one day. Yeah, I remember there was one day where my kids were late to cheer and we didn't have any snacks packed and I didn't have time to go get drive through and they couldn't find their shoes and I couldn't find my keys. It's like one of those things where everything's and I'm just like, get in the car, we're late. And then I'm like driving like all mad, I'm just like angry. I'm like calling their coach, like, I'm sorry, we're running late. And it was like this whole thing. And then when I get out of the car and I'm sitting there and they finally run in, I'm like, was all that necessary? Like how angry I was. Now, if they're running late, because I'm on Zoloft, I'm like, we're running late. Get in. I don't even care. I'm like, they'll figure it out. You know what I mean?
Way more chill about it.
It's so crazy how some people's brains are already just like that.
Yeah.
In mine, everything was like life or death. The simplest things was like life and death before I got on it. I was so anxious.
Which I feel like comes from childhood. That's gonna be another episode. We can't go.
Ooh, yes, let's get into that. But Zoloft has changed my life. So I'm pro helping yourself in any way you need to. I think medicine's there for a reason to help. And it really has changed the way I think.
I'm so glad.
Yeah.
It's a terrible feeling to feel rushed and angry. I hate it when that happens.
I know. Yeah. And it comes down to not being organized. I'm sure that day I wasn't prepared. I could have found their cheer shoes and had their outfits laid out before they got home from school with the lunches all packed. I could have probably done that. but
there's
I didn't.
components. There's always
there's
always
always
multiple
it's so
factors.
layered. It's always so there's always so much.
Yeah.
Like should have, could have, but.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for being here. This
Thank
is great.
you. Thanks.
I feel like Alex is gonna could write a book on Madison's life now and getting Madison's life organized.
I'm
amazing.
like so excited. I would just love to help you. This is my greatest pride, is helping people to enjoy their life more, because you have so much, and when you can just wake up and feel really good about your house and your life and feeling on top of things, I just have seen how much it changes. And I'm very passionate about it.
I feel like everyone has so much potential to do so many great things. I know that I could be accomplishing so much more if I got everything organized. And that's why I was super excited to come on here today, because I know that I'm the person that really needs this in my life. So it really is so helpful.
And this is the person that thrives on on making it happen.
There's truly nothing I love more. So if you're watching this at home, I have a course that will help you create a task management system. It'll help you install the routines that you need to actually use it, so it doesn't become like the planners that just pile up and never get used. So that is a do-it-yourself course you can absolutely download. If you're more like Madison and you need somebody that's going to come in and do it all for you and really help you customize it to your life, because you have a million businesses and content channels and children, that's private coaching. So I'm very happy to help.
So amazing.
Awesome.
Yay.
Okay, yay.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much.